Hey everybody, Fernando Perez here with World Music Method, and I would like to do a little introduction of some tunes, songs, instrumentals, whatever you want to call it, that I wanted to recommend to everybody to listen to. This is some of my favorite ones. Some of them, I have many favorites. Okay, I'm gonna start with the first one. The first one it's a song, but it's also the full album I would like to recommend. It's an album recorded by Tumani Diabate with an old friend of one of my blues godfathers, whose name is Taj Mahal. They made this album called Kulanjan, and the song I want to recommend is actually the song Kulanjan. And one of the things that I really like from this album is that they really showed how the connection, how you can see the connection between the West African music and the blues and ragtimes and other similar styles in North America. So it is a great song and it is a great album all over. So that will be choice number one. Now for number two, I have one of my favorite guitar players. Yeah, I'm a guitarist and I have many favorite guitar players that I listen to. And this is one of them. It's a Brazilian guitarist and composer called Yamandu Costa. Okay, he makes amazing compositions and arrangements for the 7-string guitar. And out of his many great compositions, I would like to recommend you one called Samba Pro Rafa. It's basically a samba on the guitar, and it's an awesome piece all over. Just the composition, the arrangements, the melodies, the ornaments, everything. I mean, very few times you're gonna see a guitar sounding so complete. And when it comes to Brazilian rhythms and its styles, yeah. Now for number three, I have one very funny song. Okay, this comes from a singer, songwriter, and also a guitarist and composer called Juan Quintero. He is from Argentina. I think he was from Tucumán. He's a wonderful performer. He has a very sweet spirit. Yeah, actually, you can tell because of his music. And out of his many songs, that I like, this one that I really love, and because it's very funny. It's a story about a little kid, a child that is a cannibal, you know. Unfortunately, for those who doesn't speak Spanish, it's gonna be difficult to catch the lyrics, which are really fun. But you can actually find it on the internet and translate. And I really suggest you doing that because it's worthy. The song I think is set in kind of like a carnavalito rhythm. It comes from that area in South America. As far as I know, I think this composition in particular is not his own composition, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, but anyway, it's an awesome song. It's a great player, performer, singer, composer, all over. So I recommend you this song and many others by the same artist. Yeah. All right, and now I'm gonna go to something more different. Number four, I'm gonna go to a song called, let's see if I can pronounce this. It was something like Ajisuna Hislerim. Okay, I'm not really good with Turkish language. This is a composition one from a good friend of mine and one of my teachers in Turkish music. His name is Yurdal Tokcan. He's a wonderful oud player, also composer. It's just, this is part of an album, if I remember right. I think it was called also Hislerim, and it's full of great music. But this one in particular is very, very, very touching. So, I mean, if you heard oud playing before, this is really gonna change your conception of it, because this man really has a perfect balance between beautiful composing and meaningful music, perfect virtuosistic technique that doesn't get in the way. Just really a perfect balance between all those things we are always struggling to harmonize. Yeah. The next one is going to be a performance of a dune, which is a light composition of not a folk, but just light music from India. It's from the Hindustani tradition in the north of India. It is a raga called raga Bherbi. In this case, it's called Mishra Bherbi because it has some mixing of certain flavors on it. It's not like the pure classical Bherbi in raga, in Indian ragas. Okay, and it's this light air that usually we call it a dome. It is by a sarod player called Debasmita Bhattacharya. Okay, and she has a great rendition on a festival called the Darbar Festival. You can find many links on the internet to listen to it, and it's just something else. The way she plays. She's accompanied by a wonderful tabla player too, and you'll see a great rendition, of this raga with a beautiful alap, but also the composition itself. So this is one of my favorites too. What else? Next one, go to my homeland, to Spain, and we go with two great musicians in the flamenco world. One is the singer, cantaor, El Pele, and a wonderful guitarist, very well known, called Vicente Amigo. Okay, and this is a song from an album they made together quite a few years ago that has been with me since then. And I listen to it over and over. I really love it. It's just so passionate and so, I don't know, it's really touching. The name of the song is Canto, meaning something like I sing. Okay, and the style is the flamenco alegrías. So it's a very happy, alegrías are a very happy style in flamenco, but in this song is really a heartfelt. So it's a very powerful song you're gonna hear there, yeah. And two of the greatest flamenco players Spain has given to the world, yeah. So really enjoy it. And we go to the last one. Here's one of my all-time favorites. It comes from Romania. It comes from a quite known band or group called Taraf the Haidouks. Okay, which, I mean, they have many musicians. They've been changing also musicians many times, and many other artists join them in concerts. It's just crazy. You never know what is the group and what is the guest artist and things like that. They have a lot of great songs, great players. Some really old-time guys. In traditional Romanian music, gypsy music, and among the many great songs that they play and sing, there is one that I really love, and it's called something like Murgureil, if I'm pronouncing right. Okay, it's kind of like, the translation is kind of like a little plant that is growing, and it's a really sweet tune. Sweet, but has something else. I don't know how to explain it, but I mean, it's great. I mean, I think you're gonna like it. I've been hooked up to this song since the day I discovered it. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this playlist, if I may call it like that, and we'll see you around at the World Music Method. Bye now.